One man, one mission, to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The Anxiety Guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine, a leading authority in generalized anxiety. Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the Anxiety Guy.
Episode number 283. This is the Anxiety Guy podcast. I'm Dennis Simsek. Thank you, yes you, for joining me today. This podcast episode is brought to you by my latest book, F Coping, Start Healing, which you can pick up on Amazon today and begin your journey to not only heal anxiety, but to become who you're meant to become. Warriors, in this podcast episode, I want to talk about emptiness. That's right, emptiness. Before we go deep into emptiness, what I want you to do for a moment is I want you to just notice, what your association is to the word emptiness. When I say that word, what sort of feelings arise within you? What sort of thoughts do you get? Do you look to reject that emptiness? Or are you looking to become more curious as to why you have maybe some negative associations towards it? To heal anxiety, you must give up things, warrior. You must give them up. Most importantly, you must give up your reputation and your temptations. When I mean reputation, I'm talking about the person you are looking to preserve. The characters you're looking to preserve. Each and every day, we wake up, we go to work, and we put up the mask. The mask is mainly connected to what others want to see within us. We never bring out our true selves. We're always lying to ourselves. And this reputation, whether it be at work or anywhere else, needs to go. Because when you can give up this reputation, only then will you be free. As well, your temptations, these temptations that lead you down a path of being overly stimulated, feeling like you always have to do something else. You know, healing has a lot to do with doing, but it also has a lot to do with not doing. Because many times when we don't do, we learn the most about ourselves and what the next steps are. So we must find that balance. Human beings tend to want to keep what they have, rather than gain something new out of fear. How true is this for anxiety sufferers? We have this instinct within us that says, oh my goodness, keep what you have, because if you risk it all, people may not understand you. They may disconnect from you. You won't know who you are, yada, yada, yada. So we never put ourselves in a place to create, but we're always, always, always looking to prevent. Let's say you're going on a plane, and you've got a fear of planes. Well, you're going to look to prevent any kind of anxious or panicky feelings when in fact you could create a new association, a new feeling towards that plane. You could love that plane, the pilot, everyone in there. You could be so connected in that moment, but yet you choose to prevent. This is wrong, and we must see beyond our wrongs. Anxiety is a built-up, comfortable relationship with stress hormones, my friends. Stress hormones that we're looking to avoid, while at the same time cannot seem to get out of due to familiarity. It's so familiar to be stressed, isn't it? It's so familiar to be anxious. It almost feels like it's who you are. Who you are? An identity? An I am connected to anxiety? Why? Familiarity. Ah, yes. Anything that is familiar, we gravitate towards. Anything that is unfamiliar, unless we have a high level of awareness in that moment, we will reject. Warriors, there are two kinds of emptiness. There's an emptiness that's connected to lack. Then there's an emptiness connected to a sense of gravitating towards something new and worthwhile. When number 2 arises, this emptiness connected to a sense of moving towards something new and worthwhile, we tend to be afraid. We're afraid of creating out of fear, a fear of failure or misunderstanding from others. So we tend to connect more with the emptiness connected to lack than the one that gravitates us towards anything new and worthwhile. Anxiety sufferers consciously bring themselves back to fear out of a feeling of certainty with it. Many of these people don't know who they are or know what to do when they receive the opportunity to go into a new direction. So they creatively follow their feelings and inner chatter back towards anxiety. Does this sound like you? Today, we're getting to know the two kinds of you. So what's today's practice when it comes to emptiness? Today's practice is when you experience an unfamiliar and empty feeling today, I want you to sit with it. I want you to sit with it. I don't want you to judge it. I don't want you to run from it or distract from it. I want you to sit with that emptiness. Because many times when you do, even if it's connected to lack, it will move you towards something new and worthwhile. We must build a new relationship with this emptiness and let it know that it can stay for longer periods of time. Don't run to the next thing to do or worry over. Spend time with this part of you that you've rejected for far too long, and I promise you that the insight you gain from being consistent with this practice will lead you to the next step on the journey towards not only healing anxiety, but finding yourself again. This is what the journey is all about. This is what life is all about. It's about finding your true, divine self again. It's not about getting through life. It's about understanding life. It's about working with life and all the everlasting changes that come with life. So warriors, when you feel a sense of emptiness and connected to a sense of neutrality, sit with it. Accept it. Allow it to come in just for a few moments and watch what starts to happen. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. If you're enjoying this podcast, please go ahead and give it a positive rate and review. I love being with you each and every week, just for a few moments to share some of my ideas. And I thank you so much for your trust, your support. Do you know anybody out there that's suffering from anxiety? Go ahead and share this podcast with them so that we can help them become more than anxiety as well. Have a wonderful day because you deserve it. Bye-bye.
Thanks for being an important part of the Anxiety Guy podcast community. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a positive rate and review. If you're searching for further support on your road to recovery from anxiety, head over to anxietyexit.com and take part in the powerful End the Anxiety program based around the CBT model. If you're searching for a more one-on-one approach, you can sign up now for personal coaching sessions with Dennis via Skype. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next episode.